This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Yeah, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody. Stephanie Jones, fresh off the plane from Abu Dhabi.
I wish. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
So this weekend was a little calmer, Steph. I make fun of you all the time. Well, I don't make fun. It's jealous rage about you traveling all the time. But
Jealous rage. I've never had it described to me as that. But hello, nice to see you guys.
Good to see you as well, Steph.
But you were around this weekend.
Yeah, no, I was very much here in Denver watching, Indiana Jones movie, actually.
Oh, how was it?
It was good.
We're going to talk about some other movies, but I want to see Indiana
that's
Jones.
always like
I want to
the
see
level
Mission
of enthusiasm
Impossible.
as
I'm old school like that.
Those movies got buried.
I know, buried. That's right.
I saw Barbie.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
Okay, good.
Okay, Cardi B is the latest performer to have something thrown at her while on stage. In case you guys want to throw something at Tori right now.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew it.
But this time, Cardi B fought back. It started when a fan appears to throw a drink at Cardi right there. She stops and then hurls her mic into the crowd. Here it is in slow motion. Slow down. That's what slow motion means. Cardi then started yelling at the fan. And in this video, the woman who allegedly threw the drink seems to apologize to Cardi. I just don't know how it got up there that quickly and that accurately. I have a lot to say. Where are you at, Al, with this whole thing? I feel like we talk about at least once a week now.
Well, as somebody that's been on stage a lot, I mean, just to have something thrown at you is very disorienting because there's a lot of things going on in your visual. So to have something come at you can be just startle you. And also, like, it's disrespectful.
It is.
So disrespectful.
It's disrespectful to the performer, and I think because it's become such a trend, Steph, I think, unfortunately, the insurance companies are going to take over, and here's the boring part of what I had to say, and because they have to insure these performers, and we saw what happened with BB Rexa, we saw what happened with Drake, people are throwing things,
and
eventually somebody's going to get
Harry
hit
Styles,
and
that's
hurt,
right.
and they can't afford that. There's going to have to be some kind of protective barrier.
Let me interject
That
real
is
fast.
sad.
When he's talking about the insurance, she threw that microphone back and hit a different woman. That woman went the next day to the Las Vegas Police Department and is apparently pressing charges for assault on Cardi B. That's alleged. That's from a TMZ outlet. But that's what Al's talking about when it comes to the insurance part.
I mean, I think if you're going to anyone's concert, if you don't like the person, don't go. First of all, simple as that. Why are we resorting to like violence or to try and look cool in front of your friends or whatever her weird motive was? It's just simply not acceptable. And the thing from Cardi B's perspective is, okay, we've seen a lot of artists being hurt in public with no help. They're caught off guard. But what if that had been acid?
See, I was thinking, what if that's not
I mean,
just
that's
beer?
not an uncommon thing now. Acid attacks are rife, and it could easily have been. What is she meant to do? And let's be honest as well, Cardi B is not a wallflower. She's going to stand up and she's going to protect herself. And I can understand how in that moment, it's fight or flight. You don't know what you're going to do, and she's thinking, someone's coming at me. What is this? But obviously, I do feel for the woman that the microphone hit. I don't agree with Cardi B throwing the microphone, but you don't know what you're going to do in that moment when someone startles you and jumps on you or screams at you or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think at some point it's going to be the Mona Lisa at this point. Do you remember, you now go to the Mona Lisa to see one of the most beautiful paintings in the world. It's behind 8 thick plexiglass walls, and everyone's going like this. You know what I mean?
Or there'll be no drinks allowed.
Right. We're going to have concerts with and this is all coming from Al's brilliant ideas, that they're going to erect a barricade at some point because you're absolutely right. That could have been gasoline. I mean, you don't know what that was.
You don't know what Adele a few weeks ago literally held up, I think it was like a stick or something on stage, and she said if anyone...
A T-shirt gun.
That was what it was. She said, I'm going to literally blow this in anyone's face. If you throw anything at me, if you try and hurt me, I will literally shoot this in your face.
Yeah.
Can you believe that this is where we are?
I can't. Maybe there needs to be
Jeff?
stiffer repercussions on what happens to these people.
Absolutely. The woman who, the people that are doing this, if they can see them, if it's on camera, if they can prove who that person is, they need to, it's assault on Cardi B. It is.
Right.
But yet she's going to be the one paying financially for it because that woman, we don't know what happened or what she's doing, but I would assume she's going to sue for millions of dollars, right? And she's going to get a lawyer.
She might have a black eye for all we know. She might have busted.
I know. It's just, but if that woman didn't throw the ice, Cardi B wouldn't have thrown the microphone. So there's got to be some sort of repercussion that's, yeah.
Look, Jeff, there's a reason that people pay their taxes. You're not like you always have your buddy, you don't have to pay taxes for it, but people all do because we know that there are serious repercussions for doing that. Once you let people know that there can be real repercussions for what they're doing, this kind of behavior will stop. We don't see as many fights on airplanes once the feds got involved and started throwing real time around. You don't see as many people showing up for January 6th stuff once they started throwing real sentences at people. Jail is a deterrent. Finances are a deterrent.
Ban them from concerts.
They need to start doing that.
The lady that threw it should be held responsible for the charges made on Cardi B.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think she should be held responsible for any charges that lady may press and serve any time that's associated with it.
I think that's a great answer. I think that's a great answer for that. All right, good combo. Lisa Kudrow celebrated a milestone birthday over the weekend. She turned 60 years old. Her friends co-star Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox paid tribute to her on Instagram. Courtney also called her one of the smartest, funniest people she knows. And Vanessa Williams, who is also 60, is speaking out about her decision not to go under the knife. She told Page Six, while she has done quote-unquote good Botox in the past, she swears off fillers because she doesn't want to look like someone else. I think genetics play a little bit of a part too in some of these things.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, a goddess, if you will. I just got Botox, and I feel like I look like someone else on this side of my face. So I totally get what she means. Yeah. And you know when someone like, remember Courtney Cox got so much filler, she would like, you'd be like, oh my God, what happened? And even Courtney Cox was like, I made a huge mistake. I took them out. So fillers can change your face, and you end up looking like someone who needs so much fillers instead of someone aging gracefully. It really can. Like, see this eyebrow?
No.
You can't even tell where they took the bolts out of you.
You know, you guys are obviously more well versed in the world of makeup and facial technology or whatever's
well
new.
said, Al.
But
Facial technology.
The insult line just keeps going down.
A lot of my female friends have told me that it's better to get work done before things start in whatever your opinion.
Little preventative.
So should you not get Botox, or should you get it?
I think it's personal. I think it's so individual and so personal and up to everyone's different criteria, isn't it, as to what's important to you. I mean, I'm definitely the most pumped up on this panel, that's for sure. I've had everything going, and I'll take it all again and again.
But you have good stuff because you still look like Steph. You've seen people that, like, it really shifts.
You start getting that cat look.
Yeah, where you're just a little too flat and puffy.
Get too, you know, like,
like that.
I've not done anything that would change the structure of my face, but I've had my lips a little boop boop, and I've had my forehead.
But do you think, like,
sound effects?
You're young. I mean, you're really young for that. But I mean, when you get older, you try to do that to retain your youth, and it ends up doing the opposite.
Right. Now, Botox can also, or fillers, can help prevent, so your wrinkles tend to get better if you get Botox.
I honestly noticed that. So I actually didn't have any Botox, or I've only had my lips done like twice, which probably seems like a lot to some people who've never done it. But I didn't have Botox for over a year, and I noticed that, like, it didn't come back.
Yeah, it helps if you have really severe wrinkles.
Yeah, it stopped.
How about you feel any responsibility, and you don't, if you do or you don't, I don't care. But a lot of people go after the Kardashians because they have so many followers, and they're like, there's a responsibility there that I don't really look like this. Do you feel like that, like you need to tell anybody anything that you do?
I don't openly go out of my way.
You guys are both open about it, obviously.
I go out and very open because it's also on my brand to be really transparent. Yeah. But I find a certain responsibility because I see someone and I'm like, how did they get that look? And I find out it's a filter. What am I doing? I'm just staring at unrealistic expectations. I don't want my platform to be like that. Yeah. That's just a personal choice.
Brand.
Yeah, my brand.
Like everything you're staring at is unrealistic expectations. That's everything. When you look at every billboard, when you look at an ad for a burger and fries, that's perfected and curated to make it look good.
Yeah.
So don't you assume that whenever you see anything that passes before your eyes, that people have enhanced this, and that's probably not what the actual burger is going to look like when you're eating in your car at 2 in the morning?
I honestly think I have been so surrounded by our type of world, because my mum worked in the same industry too, so like, I think I've seen it so much, I assume always the opposite. So I think it doesn't affect me so much because I know half of what we see is
You're behind the curtain.
But I think other people, that's why I'm open to talk about it, because I think so many people like Kylie Jenner's like, I've never had plastic surgery.
Give me a break.
Come on.
You look like a different person.
I'm with you guys. I think.
Give me a break.
I think just being open about it.
Yeah,
I think
your wife is very.
everyone do what you want. Everyone do what you want. I mean, everyone lives whatever lifestyle they want, whether you smoke, whether you drink, whether you do fillers, whatever it is. Do what makes you happy.
But the climate now allows for that. It didn't
honest.
back in the day. Like if my grandma got something done, it'd be like she got an eye lift.
I know,
You know what I mean?
heaven forbid.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's different. Yeah.
And people don't ask.
No, you're like, what'd you
back
get
in the
done?
day,
Yeah, right.
now everyone just is so forward. They're just like, so you got some work done on your face?
Way
It's like,
better.
How dare you?
I know.
Especially when I got Botox. I was like, my eyebrows were up here. I looked like Captain Spock.
I was going to say every single one of us on this panel has done it, you guys.
Yeah.
Al?
Yes.
Tori?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
And I'm the queen. I'm the queen of it all over here. So I'll gladly take my crown.
All right, let's sneak this last story in. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are reportedly butting heads over having a reality show. So according to a new tabloid, Gwen really wants to do a reality show with Blake, but he's apparently not on board.
See, look how snatched she is.
Little Arrested Development on there. I'm on board.
I'm not on board. Joe's not on board.
Me and Tori watch the show Arrested Development. Anyways, on to the story. Blake may have a point. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey were on one of the first celebrity couples to have a reality show, and we all know how that turned out.
I just want to push back a little bit here. I find that the Nick and Jessica Simpson isn't a good equivalency because that actually kick-started both of their careers again.
I thought it was fabulous.
It was
I loved them
fabulous for
both.
both of their careers. She's a $1 billion shoe
I love
design.
Jessica Simpson.
She has a whole brand from it. So to me, that reality show actually didn't do bad for them. He's now
Obviously,
hosting.
it caused them heartbreak, though, which
Yes.
is awful. And
cost them
the
their
breakdown of
Yeah,
the
they can
marriage.
cry into their money. They're doing really well now. He's hosting Love Island. How do you feel? You were on a reality show.
I don't. Listen, I could use a couple extra bucks. My water heater just broke. I need to do some extra work. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, especially in today's climate. For Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, you mentioned
They
brands.
definitely don't need it.
They don't need it at all. And I know they're going to be control of the edit and things like that. It's not like it's live, but just why?
I
Do you
think we're
need that
saying
much
it wrong.
attention?
I think he's got it. He's been on The Voice.
So is she.
So is Gwen.
Gwen Stefani is not in the public eye as much as he is. And I think she
But you
wants a little
want,
of
do you
that.
long for that?
Well, maybe she does.
Yeah, maybe she wants to come back.
So. She's a performer. She's a performer.
Lotto's $1 billion. If I won that, I'd gone.
Yeah.
Gone. I mean, not even a
different.
picture of me. No social media.
But for some people,
Sorry, my earring fell out.
for some people, it's not about the money. Like for some performers, it's about the performance. It's about the performance. It's about being live on stage. It's having cameras follow them. I mean, it's
But it's a
more
little
than money.
vain to me.
Of
You know what I
course
mean?
it is, but they're-
you're a rock star. Go on stage and do your music. Doesn't
Well,
that give you the juice?
That's why Blake is saying that's what he wants to do, right? But
Yeah.
for Gwen, she definitely wants more.
But remember, she also has a makeup line, and people with makeup lines are doing things like reality shows, and they're.
want
It's
to
just-
do people's homes
do you-
so that they sell.
Do you, boo? Do you? Give me your cash. Coming up on DBL, another big weekend at the movies. We're talking about how Barbie and Oppenheimer are still holding strong at the box office. Tori's going to talk about her experience next.
Can't wait. This show is amazing.
There's a lot going on down here.
I would have been part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
So on point. But I'm gonna have a conversation about what's happening now.
Hi guys, we just got some news we'll be talking about coming up. Okay, fortunately you'll be hearing it coming up. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman has passed away. We will be giving you all the info we have. That's very sad for the comedy world, to be super honest. It's really sad. I went to see Barbie, and I was all dressed up in pink with a headband and everything. And then I went up and I go to the ticket counter and I go, and all dressed up like crazy. And I go, one for Oppenheimer, please. And then she didn't laugh. The woman didn't laugh at all. I thought that'd be very funny.
I think they're probably over
She's
it.
so over it that I said, I like your glasses. And she didn't respond. And then I said, where'd you get them? And she went, the internet. And then she walked away. So I think everybody in the movie is sick of girls and boys in all bright pink getting drunk on the pink drinks.
I couldn't imagine how
It's probably really annoying.
I cannot, like my brain can't, just like you
But it
can't.
was fun.
Just like you can't imagine how much sand there is on the beach. Like your brain, I can't imagine how annoying that would be.
And it carried on to the second weekend. I mean, people were still all dressed up. I mean, there was still excitement. And as you walk by, hi Barbie, hi Barbie.
Do you think people would be happier if we gave them more excuses to dress up?
I agree.
I think a lot
you
of
said
people
it
do
the other
not
week.
want to.
You said it the other day.
I don't think everybody wants to dress like this all the time.
I think you're right. It's like Halloween. People were like
It's like
so
escapism.
excited.
It's fun.
Totally. And people
Being
were
something
just
different.
And the audience apparently, and also in Oppenheimer, right before the bomb goes off, there's this silence. I won't spoil anything, but someone let out a little toot right when the silence happened, and the whole audience.
See, that would ruin it for me.
Everyone's
That's why
like,
I don't want to go to the theater because I don't want somebody to ruin my experience.
I had 2 good theater experiences.
Really?
Oppenheimer and Barbie, both were spectacular. Alamo Drafthouse takes it seriously.
Welcome back to DBL. Barbie dominated the box office once again this weekend. The film took in $93 million in its second weekend here in the U.S. and globally, it's hit nearly $775 million.
It's going to be a billion.
That means, yeah. Well, thanks for doing math, Tori. It's now the fourth biggest movie ever directed by a female and is on track, like Tori said, to break $1 million by the end of summer.
Old prompter jumping Tori.
There you go.
Sorry.
Oppenheimer wasn't far behind, picking up $46 million. They're on their way to $50 million. They're on their way to 50.
47.
Yeah, they're on their way to 50.
Oh man, I saw both of these films. Oppenheimer was excellent. If you're into history, it almost reads like a History Channel. It's very much a character study on this guy that regrets what he did 11 days after they dropped. So if you're interested in someone, the atomic bomb. If you're interested in seeing that conflict, it's fascinating.
Absolutely.
And Cillian Murphy killed it. Best actor for sure.
He's going to win Best Actor because he lost all that weight.
He lost all the weight, and he ate an almond a day, and he looks just like him. Barbie, all dressed up. I went. There's other Barbies there. We're all saying hi. It's become a pop culture moment. It really has. It's Black Panther. It's become a moment to be strong as a female. Did I think it lived up all the way to the hype? No, but man, was that an entertaining movie. Gosling will be up, I think, for Best Supporting Actor, and Greta Gerwig is on it to, I think, be next to Nolan for Best Director. So huge movies.
Christopher Nolan did Oppenheimer?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did Oppenheimer.
So,
those
probably
two,
be up.
and they asked Cillian Murphy, would you ever be Ken in a Barbie 2? If he could switch Barbie, and he said he would be interested in looking at the script.
Real quickly, do you think Tom Cruise, with his new Mission Impossible, and he did all of it his own stunts,
He was
would you think
amazing.
he'll be up for Best Actor as well?
No, I think we've seen that character too many times.
Really?
I think he's brilliant, and I love it. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I saw Barbie. I get the whole hype and everything. I love the chance to dress up, but I feel like the story, it's like not new. I mean, it's like sad. We're talking about misogyny, and we're all like, oh, so shocking, Barbie and misogyny. I'm like, we've heard this a million times.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for a bit more, like a bit more breaking of barriers. I feel like it's sad. I feel like it's just putting all that into like the younger generation's girls' heads. Like, remember, we're still under that male thumb, you girls.
Yeah.
Break free. I'm like, oh.
It wasn't up to the hype. I agree with that.
I found Oppenheimer far more interesting. I thought it was so fascinating, and Hollywood could have gone in so many different ways and spun so many stories that were very true to life and facts. It was fascinating, and seeing the turmoil of what Oppenheimer went through after dropping a bomb that changed the course of history. Far more interesting.
You want to know what I did this weekend? My water heater broke. Come to your kid's birthday party for a couple $100 coming up on DBL. We do have some sad celebrity breaking news. Check this out. Actor Paul Reubens, who played Pee Wee Herman, has died. We're going to talk about it next.
Gas prices are high across the country, and some on social media are claiming that changing your tire pressure would help increase the mileage and reduce cost. So, let's verify. Can properly inflating your tires help improve your gas mileage? Our sources are the U.S. Department of Energy, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and Sean Huff, staff researcher at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. According to the DOE, the correct PSI, or pounds per square inch of tire pressure, can boost your gas mileage up to 3%. With the current price of gas across the country, that's the equivalent of saving more than 10 cents per gallon of gas. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration also said properly inflating your tires can save you money, but only 19% of drivers actually do so.
As the tire pressure goes down below the optimum pressure, it basically, the tire deforms or flattens, And as the tire flattens, then it's more difficult for the tire to roll on the pavement. And then that, of course, requires more energy to move the vehicle down the road.
So we can verify, yes, properly inflated tires can improve your car's fuel economy. To find your car's correct PSI, you'll need to check the sticker inside the driver's side door. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Welcome back. As we said, we have some very sad news. Paul Rubin, best known for his alter ego Pee Wee Herman, has passed away. So according to his statement on his Facebook page, he privately fought cancer for years and he was 70 years old. He skyrocketed into fame in the 80s, if you remember, starring in Pee Wee's Big Adventure and later on his TV show Pee Wee's Playhouse, which ran for 4 years. I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
Paul also appeared in non-Pee Wee roles in shows like Gotham and The Blacklist, and one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time is Blow.
Yeah.
With him and Johnny Depp, and he was just fantastic in it.
He was really great. Now, a trivia question. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Jeff. What was the name of the chair in Pee Wee's?
Wasn't it just Chair?
It was Cherry.
Oh, it was Cherry.
Yes, and the chair would give you a hug when you sat
Morning,
down.
Chair. Morning, Chair. Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, he was also a groundling, which is the famous improvisational school. And so I think we created Pee Wee during that time period and brought it. And I didn't know Tim Burton did Pee Wee's Big Adventure. That's how iconic that character was in pop culture. So sad that he's gone.
Well, you know me, I gravitate towards characters that are just unapologetically silly. I think it takes a lot of bravery. I think anybody can be serious in a movie. Not saying anybody can play Oppenheimer, but there's a way to play that role. To just, and that's why I always say I really appreciate Tori's humor so much. It takes a lot to be willing to pratfall in front of somebody, to look like a fool. You know, but basically it's a real confidence that you're willing to entertain somebody to that extent. I think that's why people gravitate towards Jim Carrey so much, because he was just goofy. And Will Ferrell, just a goofy guy, and there's some power in that, and Pee Wee definitely had that. He'll be missed.
I'm glad you see the artistic side of that, because, you know, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that famous theater scene that he got arrested for, right? And I mean, I'm glad you saw the artistic side. But I mean, it's funny, you do one thing in your life, and that's kind of what people remember, and that's sad, because he was so much more than that, right? He was a unique, great actor.
Artist also, if you have to imagine Pee Wee Herman moving, do you know how physical that is and how hard that was to keep up? That's not an easy thing to be all, it really isn't, and it's funny, but that takes a lot of physicality and control, so he was an artist all the way through and through, so he will be missed.
And Jeff, to your point, you know, his story cannot be told without that indiscretion that happened at that movie theater, and first of all, it'd be interesting if that happened today, how in and out of the news cycle that would be, but that happened at a time where it fixated and became a part of our public memory, but at the same time, he came back, and I think that means something too.
All right. We'll be right back, I think. All right, we'll be right back.
When you go to fill up your tank, you usually pass a couple of gas stations. Sometimes the price is different, sometimes it's not. But what exactly is at these pumps? Is one brand of regular gasoline different or better than another? Let's verify. Is gas at all gas stations the same? These are our sources. Gas retailers across the U.S. use the same base fuel, according to AAA and NACS, a trade association for convenience stores and fuel retailers. But you're not just buying base fuel at the pump. The gas that comes out of here is a mix of base fuel and a proprietary blend of additives created by each retailer. The NACS says those additives are designed to clean and protect your car's engine. Without the additives, AAA says carbon deposits can build up on your car's engine, reducing performance and fuel economy. The Environmental Protection Agency requires all gas retailers to use a minimum level of additives that reduce deposits to at least 10% compared to additive-free fuel. AAA said that some automakers felt that minimum level wasn't enough. So back in 2004, they established a new gas standard called Top Tier, which requires more additives that they say are higher quality. A 2016 study conducted by AAA found that top-tier gas is more effective at reducing harmful deposits, but that comes at a cost. The study also found it was on average about 3 cents more expensive per gallon. TopTierGas.com maintains a list of certified top-tier retailers, which includes big national brands like Exxon and Shell and some local retailers.
But Consumer Guide Automotive says that certified top-tier gas stations aren't the only place you can get high-quality gas. Getting to use the top-tier label requires paying a fee, and not every retailer wants to do that.
So we can verify, no, gas at all gas stations is not the same.
So, is it bad for your car to shop at discount stations?
Auto body shop DeBoer's Auto says that using discount gas on occasion is not likely to hurt your vehicle in the long run.
With your Verify, I'm Adiante Till.
Verify here with your fast fact. Nobody enjoys that feeling when you open your car door on a hot summer day and it feels like an oven. Verify viewer M emailed us to ask if tinting her windows can help keep the inside cooler. So M, let's verify using these sources. The inside of a car gets hot because the sun's UV rays penetrate the glass. The energy from the rays is then absorbed by the surfaces and released as heat that gets trapped inside. All of our sources say tinting your windows can help block some of the sun's rays and keep the interior of your car a few degrees cooler. The exact amount depends on the darkness and quality of the tint and which windows are tinted. So, yes, tinted windows reduce heat inside of a car. Tinting rules vary by state, so make sure to check the laws where you live. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. Planning any trips this year? If you're flying, Verify can help you save. From getting the best deals to reimbursement for lost bags, we answer your questions. Check out our travel stories at verifythis.com.
Welcome back. Want to have whiter teeth but don't want to deal with the messy strips or sensitivity that goes with it? Well, you're in luck. The brand that brought you the Power Whitening Gel has created new Smile Active's Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power. Effective tooth whitening can be achieved at home by simply adding the Pro Whitening Gel to toothpaste every time you brush. No change to your routine, no extra time or effort needed. In a clinical study, users saw an improvement of up to 8 shades after using the gel for 30 days. Smile Actives is safe and effective and will work on crowns, bonding, and dentures. Order today for a special buy one, get one free little BOGO action. Don't wait. Get your brighter, whiter smile today. Call 800-700-4040 or visit smileactives.com today.
Well, you know,
Nothing?
I just want to say
Nothing, no follow-up?
Shout out to Pee Wee. He was a big part of my childhood, and he'll be missed. Tori, what do you think?
I don't know. It's just weird because he's such a part of the zeitgeist. There's such a sense of pop culture with him in it to lose such a big, alive person.
Do you remember the
shocking.
song, Pee Wee Herman?
No, how'd it go?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah. Tequila. We'll see you tomorrow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.